The strongest side doesn't always come out on top. At the World Cup, the most talented team can fall to one of the weakest. France are ranked among the best on the planet. They just struggled to break down a team ranked 60, a squad whose goalkeeper was playing semi-professional football 2 years ago. This is not misfortune. This is not a coincidence. This is a psychological phenomenon. It has a pattern, and it shows up at every single World Cup without fail. Here is the psychology no one ever breaks down. When a smaller team faces a powerhouse, they are not competing under the same set of rules. The powerhouse is there to win. The smaller team is there to survive. Those are fundamentally different missions. And here is the part that changes everything. Surviving is far simpler than conquering. To win, you need imagination, courage, and the ability to unlock a packed defense. To survive, you just need discipline and bodies behind the ball. When 11 players collapse into their own half and protect every single channel, the goal might as well not exist. France had the ball for most of the match. Dozens of attempts, 0 goals, hundreds of touches that led absolutely nowhere. And this is where the mind games truly kick in. The favorite is supposed to win. The crowd assumes it. The pundits assume it. They assume it themselves. So when the scoreboard stays blank, anxiety creeps in. The more they push, the more their composure fractures. The more their composure fractures, the worse their choices become. They rush the final ball. They force combinations. They attempt shots that were never realistic. The underdog barely has to try. The favorite unravels on its own. This is the pressure trap, and it is built entirely for giants. The tension does not sit on the smaller team's shoulders. It rests entirely on the powerhouse. And the more dominant they are supposed to be, the more suffocating that weight becomes. France brought on their most electric attacker, a player who had been unstoppable all season in club football. He lit up the pitch instantly, and still, the net would not move. Because individual genius cannot dismantle a wall. Only gaps dismantle a wall. And the underdog's entire strategy is the elimination of gaps. There is nothing to dribble through when everything is sealed shut, not even for the most gifted player alive. If you think this is unique to one nation, look at the record books. Italy, 2022, a team with a glittering legacy, failed to even qualify after being held and broken by lesser opposition. Germany, in 2018, reigning world champions, went home in the group stage after losing to South Korea. Brazil, in 1950, playing on home soil, the single greatest favorite in tournament history, lost the deciding match to Uruguay in front of nearly 200,000 of their own supporters. The script never changes. The taller the giant, the more devastating the collapse. Because the giant carries everything: the history, the expectation, the weight of a nation. And the underdog carries nothing. Nothing to lose is the single most dangerous state of mind in competitive sport. A footballer without fear attempts things a favorite never would dare, and a goalkeeper from the third tier of his domestic league produces the performance of a lifetime. He woke up the next morning with millions of new followers because the entire world was watching. We are always watching for this. Somewhere deep down, everyone wants proof that the giant is not invincible. The powerhouse will most likely still advance, but every team remaining in this tournament just received a masterclass. They can be rattled, they can be suffocated, they can walk straight into the trap. And in a knockout competition, that single piece of knowledge may be the most powerful weapon of all. The pressure trap is not a theory. It is real, it is recurring, and it is waiting for every favorite that steps onto that pitch. The strongest side doesn't always win. Sometimes the strongest side simply defeats itself, and the world cannot look away when it does. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe. It genuinely means everything. And if you want to understand the new rules shaping this World Cup, the next video is already on your screen. I'll see you there.